When you open github.com/mcp, you can be able to connect models to the real world. And there are several tools that the community has provided for us that will enable us to connect to files, to connect the models to files, APIs, databases, and more. So you don't have to build an MCP server yourself, but with these tools, such as Markdown to convert your file formats like PDF to MD to Markdown files, Chrome DevTools, and several many others, even access to Hugging Face models. Let me look at a good one here. For people in the Microsoft ecosystem, you can enable GitHub Copilot and other agents to bring trusted and up-to-date information directly from Microsoft Learn. So this is quite some cool MCP, because Microsoft Learn gets updated from time to time again. And even when you click on these MCPs, you can get the details of how to use and everything. And when you look at this is the link to where the MCP is fetching this information and providing context. So you're getting very specific context to solve your specific problem that you want to.
Hii ni Tech na Msangi ya jishinde.com.
And so I was just running some few examples here. And the best thing is I asked the agent called agent mode for GitHub Copilot Chat agent mode to look at my project and give me examples of MCPs that I can use, or examples of prompts that I can give to prompts that I can prompt this particular Visual Studio Code, so that I can be able to trigger at least one or two MCPs. And I'm trying to look at this. So imagine you need to translate files. That is one very good use case. You need to create several translation files to different languages, from English to Swedish to Kiswahili, to those different languages. So multi-language, it's very easy to enable to make your extension multi-language ready using these MCPs, and it will connect to the different web searches and be able to give you this real-time information. And for example, let's look at this prompt here. We want to search the web for the M-Pesa API integration, because this project has got some M-Pesa transactional information. It's a project that we started. I don't remember which day of the video of this series, but it was there anyway. And so we need to search the web for the API integration, and maybe compare it with the implementation, and just do something. Let's see if it's possible to go this route and see what it gives us. And we complete our day 25 of 30 days of AL programming. So I'm confirming that that website is the one that we should check, but it needs authentication. Like the developer website for APIs needs authentication for you to get the documentation. So perhaps if I had picked the documentation and uploaded it here, it could have been better. But let's see what it does. So of course, we have ran the firewall crawl MCP. Worth mentioning before I move. So all these MCPs here, they are available in Visual Studio Code as extensions. Very important point here, because if you look at all these MCPs, you have the ability of extending your Visual Studio Code capabilities by just typing at MCP. Then all the extensions that are available on the GitHub platform are also available here in Visual Studio Code as extensions, and you can install the one that you want to use. Of course, don't overload with installation of MCPs that you don't need, the servers, but of course, we have several available from the community. All right, so it's giving me some details here about what M-Pesa does. Okay, and reviewing. I don't want to go into the detail of everything here, like what what we need to do to set up consumer key, consumer secret, the shortcode and callback URL. But you can see the power that we are having with access to firewall extract, which does what? It crawls the web and gets information about what? So you can get the more details: web scraping, crawling, discovery, search and content creation, deep research and badge scrapping. So you can imagine if you need that detail, you need to be working with several websites, then Firecrawl is able to extract web data for you and give you the information as you need it. And yeah, definitely examples here of how it does it. So you don't need to think about the behind the scenes. It's encapsulated for you with this extension. And definitely when you go to control shift P and you just do MCP, let me just do MCP. You can list the servers. You can add a server. If you have a custom MCP server, you can show all installed servers. And let me see. If I look at the installed servers, it should filter here with MCP installed extensions and give me all the installed MCP servers. Control Shift P, MCP. And when you just start with MCP and then full colon, you can see all the commands that are available for you with regards to MCP. Wait, why can't I see the installed servers? And definitely this is the setup. This is how you are able to get it. I don't know why this command is misbehaving today. Let me list servers. Okay, these are the servers that have been installed: Copilot, Firecrawl, and everything. It was creating like sort of like an installed server for all extensions that have been installed. But at least the main point about the video is the ability for you to work within Visual Studio Code, because oftentimes we get distracted when we are working. We oftentimes get distracted when we switch from one window to the other. You switch from this window to another window to go search for other specific information that takes you a longer time. Before you go back to this window, you have forgotten what you're doing. And the speed of executing becomes slower. But with the ability to have specific context with what you want to do, this is really powerful to have extensions in Visual Studio Code and give context to your model and be able to work together with the model to give you the result that you want. I'll see you in day 26 of 30 days of AL programming.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss the next one.